so much fucked up shit to get into.
Welcome back to Little Snickers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey here with my homeboy Jon Delcollo.
What up, Chippy?
Jacob from Mattera.
Ping ding.
In an empty producer chair, Jeff Simmons was on the ill-fated Mexican Navy ship that he como se dice, perished.
Muerte.
Yeah.
It's the final siesta.
Yes,
SEA.
He was actually on the bridge, and then when the first mast made contact, it kind of Mr. Beaned him, Mr. Magooed him over. He got hooked into another guy's harness. They briefly kissed, and then they were hanging in a dangling 69 position. Very embarrassing. And then Jeff ended up taking his own life out of embarrassment.
Yeah, and it seems as though he was pissing off the bridge, and he accidentally, his stream hit the sail, which started the initial rigmarole.
That cut the power out.
That's what shorted the power.
The bullfrog cut the power.
It did. And yeah, he was.
Wet and Juicy, so you're hearing this right. Wet and Juicy Jeff bullfrogged the Mexican naval ship's power out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They thought it was somebody from the Coast Guard up there. Because bullfrogging is a they usually stand out on the dinghy.
It's a technique, yeah.
Yeah, and they can tell you like which way the currents are going and rip tides, and I don't want to confuse you all with nautical stuff.
Ahoy,
No, we're on land. Ahoy hoy.
But Jeff, he a lot of miscommunication, and Jeff indirectly caused the catastrophe and ended up causing his own demise.
Yes, but we are fingers crossed for some kind of Coco situation where he does come back from the other side and is no longer a muerte.
I thought you were going to say for a Coco situation, meaning somebody's going to bring us hot chocolate.
I got so excited.
Yeah.
I hope Jeff's alive just to bring us some hot cocoa.
Sorry, guys, machine's broken.
Well, how appropriate the Coco and the Mexican Navy do really mesh perfectly because Coco is a Mexican Pixar movie.
I know. I liked it a lot.
I still have not watched the end of it. My baby
really
doesn't watch
good.
the
You
ends
gotta
of
watch
movies.
You gotta watch
Don't
it.
know. Do I need to watch it with my child, or am I going to cry in front of my
You
child?
gotta put on sunglasses and watch it alone.
All right. I have teary eyes anyway.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to cry. I think it's.
I sobbed like a.
There's something about across the border death that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I am not as affected by people dying when they're not like me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like.
It just doesn't do anything to.
Call me insensitive, but you have to have a similar nose as me for me to give a shit.
Yeah.
I wish I was different, but I'm not.
Oh man,
I didn't do it on purpose.
I know. God made me this way. Take it up with him, man.
man.
Yeah, I'm just like, it doesn't really affect me emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to pull tears out of my own eyes?
I look like I'm crying with this just because it's the daytime and I smoked
cats.
weed recently.
Jake, how's your Christmas month been?
My Christmas has been very nice.
John, how was your Christmas month?
I've been having a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you have as well.
I have as well, and it's this is my Christmas month sweater.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a Ric Flair Christmas month sweater.
Wow.
So happy Christmas month and Merry Christmas to everybody at home listening and celebrating. And everybody has their own traditions. And Jake, I know you ate a single McNugget, for all of our deceased relatives.
I did.
He pulled it out of his Christmas advent calendar that he bought 6 months ago.
All
right.
right, still good.
Well, then it turns out he's eating 2 McNuggets because I saw him take one out of the locket.
His Christmas locket?
He has a Christmas McNugget locket.
My Christmas locket. Yeah, it opens up.
But again, everybody's free to establish their own traditions.
Sure.
And that's the beauty of Christmas month is that there's nothing that you have to adopt as your own that's been passed down for generations. It's whatever Chris means to you. That's how you should celebrate.
For an entire month.
Yes, for an entire month. And who's to say that the Chris month is the same length as a regular ass month.
No one.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of Chris month.
What if a Chris month is actually 45 days?
Oh my God.
What if it's like 6 months?
What if a Chris month is a half a year, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris months are spent in space and time?
And that's the beauty of Chris month.
That is.
Is that it bends space and
It is, yeah. It's like, you know how a Canadian dollar is different than an American dollar, but you're still called dollars? Mm-hmm. That's Chris month and Gregorian calendar month.
And that is the beauty of Chris month.
But you know, we still have a few Chris's left.
Yeah.
And, you know, this week I've been trying to decide what Chris we're going to talk about, man. And there's one that kept coming up, and I think it was serendipitous that he fell into my lap, pause, this week. Because he was in the news recently. He got busted, and he's in a little bit of trouble again for something he did a couple years ago, which I don't think you should be held liable for. And Jake, you know I'm talking about Maurice Brown. Chris Brown.
Chris Brown,
Yeah.
the singer?
Yeah. No, the fucking gay porn star. Yes, Chris Brown, the singer.
I think you're talking about Chris Brown Eye.
Yes.
Chris,
No, Piss
Christopher
Brown. Piss Brown.
Chris Brown, yeah.
The gay black piss guy.
Yeah.
Did you say Maurice?
I know. Whoa, whoa.
That's his
Yes,
middle
I
name?
did,
That's
yeah.
cool.
It is.
Maurice.
Yeah, Mo Brown. Yeah, it's been my sister's motto for the last 5 years, but biracial grandkids to prove it. But yeah, Christopher Maurice Brown, and my wife's pop was named Maurice, white guy.
I was gonna say
Just
Maurice. Maurice leans more Caucasian to me.
Really?
That's what I thought.
See, I think it's the other way.
I do too, Jake. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
So I never understood that famous lyric Steve Miller said, "Some people call me Maurice." I was
Now,
like,
my interpretation of that was that people think he's cool, which people associate with being black.
oh, okay.
I thought it was still blackface was okay back then.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing, like Halloween kind of thing.
Yeah, and the noise is obviously Marley Matlin making the deaf, excited noise.
What the fuck was that?
That was Marley finding a cookie when she thought it was all healthy snacks in this basket.
I'm sorry. I need to hear it one more time.
You know when a blind woman is presented with a basket of what she
She's not
assumes to be
blind.
healthy snacks.
She's deaf, John.
Well, for whatever reason, she was blindfolded this day.
It's kind of nuts you're talking about blindies already, but we'll get to that point. But Chris Brown, Father Clinton Brown, which sounds like a scary man.
Whoa. Let's not get carried
Oh
away.
my God, I'm getting lost in the sauce here.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what.
Christmas excitement.
Christmas excitement gets us all carried away. Hey, and you know, Chris Brown's somebody who got carried away too.
Yeah,
And you get to talk about him tonight because I
Thank
lost the
you, man.
toss. Lost the toss.
man. I'll tell you what, having that OJ coin being absent has really, just. I feel like it had a gravitational pull to it, and I would always look over there at it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
wait for
yeah.
you to pick it up. And
It's
now-
in your periffs. It's
It
like,
is,
It takes
yeah.
up space.
Yeah, in the
You have,
periffs.
you have to hold space in your periffs for
Yes,
OJ.
I do. Yeah. But yeah, Chris Brown, Father Clinton Brown, Mother Joyce Hawkins, and had a sister named Latrell Bundy, which sounds like a fat fucking bitch. Doesn't that sound like a fat bitch name?
Yeah.
Latrell Bundy.
It sounds like the lady at the end of
She doesn't sound happy.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
Latrell. That's a woman?
Unfortunately, yeah.
My word.
Latrell Bundy. 1 Y, 3 L's. With that name, I'd even count it as 4 L's, Jake. Because that is a nasty pig disgusto uggo of a name.
Is there any chance she was hot? I mean, Chris is a looker.
You know what? I'm going to look her up.
Trail Bundy.
Man, could you imagine bringing a 10 home to your parents and saying, and like still, like she's the most beautiful woman anyone in your family has ever seen, and you're still like,
Yeah.
this is Latrell.
This is Latrell, guys.
Did you say Latrell? I'm sorry, did you say latrine?
She got cursed with a bad name.
Bundy?
So that's her. Take it for what you wish.
She's fine.
She
She's
is a
fine.
pretty lady.
Yeah.
Not ugly.
Ugly bitch name, though. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, but when you hear, it might do her a favor. Might do her some favors because when you hear that name,
Yeah.
you expect to see a fucking just a dog show.
A Detroit monster.
And then you see her, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
made it wiggle.
Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful Latrell.
And Make It Wiggle should have been a Chris Brown song.
That should
Wouldn't that have been a nice one?
Is that the one they had the viral dance to? Make it wiggle?
It could be.
Yeah,
could
where
figure
everyone
it
crotches is blurred out.
But yeah, Chris Brown, this is very sad, Jake. His parents divorced when he was 6. Can you imagine looking at that evil Cheshire grin on his face and saying, I can't see this every day anymore?
You think he even stopped dancing to acknowledge it?
Probably not. Yeah, they probably tried to sit Chris Brown down just to like say, look, listen, mommy and daddy are still gonna love you, but you're gonna need to stop fucking jiving for 5 fucking seconds of your life.
They got divorced when he was 6, but he
He
didn't
was
find out till he
dancing
was
through the
14.
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys never danced through the pain before?
Jake, what kind of dance do you do to alleviate pain?
Usually it's when I have chest pain. I just get up and I dance around and jog all the pieces.
A little moonwalk.
And your whole family is has dialed the 9 and the 1, and they're all waiting to dial the second one.
Yeah, they're all waiting. They're like, oh no, he's fine.
Oh, no, it turns out it was just a real dance.
Yeah.
And Jake, like in most divorces, his mom tried to fuck the pain away with new boyfriends.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And unfortunately, she had an abusive boyfriend named Denell, and who, during an argument, shot himself in the head to commit suicide.
Well, he won that one.
Yeah.
But he didn't win because he ended up surviving.
No.
Oh, no.
But in shooting himself in the head and surviving, he blinded himself. We were just talking about blindies.
Whoa.
We were just speaking of blindies.
Yeah.
To shoot yourself in the head and just to lose an eye is...
Both eyes or
He was rendered blind, and Chris Brown said that it made him even angrier and more abusive, which, all right, I don't really hold him liable for the blind abuse, because I think if you're being attacked by a blind guy, there's a million ways to get around it. If you got a handful of marbles, smack him on the ground, and all the bouncing and the clicking and the clacking should be enough to distract him for you to get away.
yeah, and then secondarily,
idea.
that motherfucker's gonna be slipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a sliding.
Wow, I never thought about carrying around a bag of marbles to
You have
escape
to.
blind people.
Well, it depends. If you're going to a bad part of town, there's a lot of blindies there. You just got to be ready. I would even carry 2 palmfuls of marbles because you never know.
Yeah, let them know you're not fucking around.
Yeah, they'll try and trick you, and oftentimes, they'll be in different positions around the neighborhood, and you just got to go. You got to approach them like you're dealing with 2 Home Alone burglars.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
Like a Marv and a Harry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin,
That's why I always have cargos.
when you unzip your pants, marble should spill out.
You've seen it happen. You saw it happen in Muir Woods. Yeah. The NPS was all over me. They said I had to clean up all the marbles.
Yeah.
I said ladybugs love marbles.
Oh man, imagine that if you're a little bug climbing all over a marble, Jake.
That's why most guys
nice.
wear cargo pants, from what I can tell. Two
Let your marbles out.
2 bags of marbles in each.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're wrapped up tight so you can't hear them.
Yeah. That's what old ladies have weird sayings. It's like 2 bags of marbles, give a penny to the postman.
Did you guys ever get marbles as a child?
I
Like a
did. I
bag?
liked them. We used to shoot marbles in. Marbles was
You
a little.
figured out how to do it,
Marbles was a boy in a wheelchair.
and we love shooting the guy.
No, but in my school, our grade went through a marble phase where we would you would flick them and try to knock the other guy's marble.
Yes, it was like 1 year, just like
Yeah.
Hogs was 1 year. So what did you
Say
draw?
hogs or pogs?
Pogs.
Okay. just
Hog
making
pogs. Did you draw a circle or something on the playground to do the marble shooting? I never understood what the.
I don't remember if somebody drew it or if we just had circles for other purposes.
We never I had a bag of them.
Yeah.
And one of my other friends had a bag of marbles, and
Yeah.
we were just like, we don't know what the fuck is. We had video
Yeah.
games at that point. It was like,
And it's a nightmare. Like when you got to chase these fucking things. Still
Yeah.
referring to Marbles, the wheelchair boy. Because the school's on a hill.
and that was his only way to get away.
And he would get to cooking, and I think he was doing it because Mac and Me was big at the time.
You got to Mac and Me right before I did. We love the Mac and Me reference.
Yeah, but a blind stepdad who was whipping ass. and it's just
Yeah.
probably
Against all odds, good for him.
360 haymakers all day long.
But he's mad because
Windmilling throughout the
he
entire.
did it to himself. What's he mad about? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know.
Well, he's mad that he didn't die,
It's kind of like
and
when
that
you
he
stub
doesn't
your,
have these stones to try again.
Yeah, it's like
Or
when
marbles.
you like when you stub your toe. It's like
Yeah.
you're mad, and it's like your own fault. But you're not going to be like, all right, I'm going to suck it up. This was my own doing, and I'm just going to deal with the repercussions. No, you're going to scream at your wife and call your cat the N-word.
Because VR is coming down the line too.
Yeah.
Totally fucked your way out of VR.
Yes. But Chris Brown, difficult home life, Jake. And a talented boy, though. I mean, he became a star at a very young age. And before he became a star, at the age of 11 is when he said he really knew that he had it because he won a local talent show. What do you think he sang and danced to at this talent show? This is in the year 2000.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson for sure. I'm going to say not PYT, not Pretty Young Things. I'm going to say Annie, are you okay?
I'm gonna say PYT.
Smooth Criminal.
Which is What You Want in a Cellmate. No, Cisco's The Thong Song.
Whoa!
Oh, of the time, of the era.
But here's the deal. It's like when I heard that, he said people were hooting and hollering, adults were going nuts for him. I don't know how comforting it is to know that adults are going for going for a boy's nuts. Jake, can you hit me with one?
Boys.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know if I enjoy living in a world where adults are going nuts for a little boy singing the thong song.
I think that just speaks to how magnetic his performance was.
Yeah,
That
probably, yeah.
I guarantee, me and you, fresh out of fucking Foot Locker with some new kicks.
Yeah.
If we see that young Chris Brown performing at 11, you said?
Yeah.
We are stopping in our tracks and not even acknowledging each other's presence until that kid leaves the stage.
Gentlemen, we've already experienced this. Set it up.
Yeah.
We stop in our tracks. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Give me that dong, 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 dong.
Yeah.
That's what I'm yelling at that child. But Jake, he went nuts at this.
Never when the booty go.
It's nice how booties go.
They do.
Sometimes it's like you got asses that just look like, an ass that act like fucking Robert De
Scandalous.
Niro from Awakenings, where it's
Oh,
just like,
motherfucker
okay,
can't
I guess
handle
maybe
this.
someday it'll do something.
My favorite Robin Williams beard movie.
Really?
I think so.
Do you like Awakenings?
I do, and I think it's better than Good Will Hunting. I'm kidding. Good Will Hunting is my favorite Robin Williams beard movie.
Yeah, I've never seen Awakenings.
It's very
Classic.
sad, and
Yeah.
it's like if you've ever had a loved one who has gotten so old that they smell fucked up, you'll probably be affected by Awakenings.
Whoa. Okay. We'll go watch it after this.
Yeah, we got a whole day ahead of us.
Yeah, bring it up on your phone.
Yeah.
Charge it to the account, and let's just put it on the table while we do the episode. But 2002, which is really 2 years after he wins this little thong song competition, this little boy Hawaiian Tropic thong song competition, which was sponsored by Jerry Sandusky, Jared Fogle, and the fine folks at Matt Blatt Chevrolet for some reason.
Wow, man, they were on the ground floor.
They had to be on the ground floor because it was full of blindies. And the elevator was broken. They had trouble getting up the stairs, Jake. It was a whole thing.
No blindies on the escalator. We all know that rule.
Yes.
see that
2002,
accident.
he starts getting noticed. And initially, he goes by a different name other than Chris Brown. What do you think his stage name might have been?
Maurice.
Oh, it was Maurice related.
No, but I liked it.
Yeah. You said Mo Brown earlier or something like that. Was it Maurice related at all?
No.
No.
I'll give you a little hint. It was...
Did he throw Lil in the mix? Lil Mo? Lil Mo?
Tangentially- No, tangentially Chris related.
Lil Topher?
Little 70s show. No.
Lil Grace on Fire.
Yeah. No, C Sizzle.
C Sizzle.
Yeah, which
C
is...
Sizzle.
Yeah, it's apt
Okay.
for hot young boy.
How about C Crizzle?
I like that even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
I would even go
You should have been there.
I really should.
Crizzle Brizzle.
Crizzle Brizzle. I like that.
Yeah.
That's making me hungry for some
Yeah.
reason.
yeah. Can you stop a while and give me a
There's
Crizzle
little
Brizzle?
Caesars around
We're gonna have
here.
3 Grizzle Brizzles for the table, please.
Pizza. yeah. Chris Brown really bought his pizza shit for real.
That's how Snoop Dogg orders crazy bread.
He's gonna get stuck like that one day.
If he says Crizzle Brizzle as the sun's going down,
That'd be a fun new form of dementia where like your mom just starts talking like Snoop.
A zizzle whizzle, that's a bad sizzle. Jizzle.
My grand sizzle never comes to see Mizzle.
this hospitizzle chicken catch a tizzles, not very gizzle in my bizzle.
I'm so lizzle.
The black disordizzlers are stealing from me.
No one came to Vizizzle Mizzle.
Here it is. Why won't anyone with zizzle bizzle?
Ooh, man. But yeah, C Sizzle is his first stage name, Jake.
And he's just performing like just regular shows that people are buying tickets to, but he's not gigantic yet.
No, well, I mean he's recording stuff and he's getting his shit out there and he's getting noticed, unfortunately, by some upper echelon music figures, which is the last thing you want when you're an up and coming teenage artist. And by the age of 13, he's got some serious traction and he's being shopped around the different labels. 2004, he signs with Jive Records. And in 2005, Jake, which 15 or 16, he puts out his debut album, self-titled, by the way. Chris Brown.
Wow.
It's going by Chris Brown now.
Wow.
So that's when he got on our radar, probably.
Yeah.
And he was a character in the OC in 2006.
Yeah,
So he was acting a year after his debut album.
Yeah, I
already
mean,
He was
acting.
popping. Yeah.
He was so popular so early. Like, it seems like he's been around for 30 fucking years.
It's crazy. Yeah, he kind of like, it's just one of those ones that he snuck in without like, I don't remember his first hit. I just know he was in the OC because I rewatched it recently and I was like, that's Chris Brown. I feel like the main thing, he's in like one Busta Rhymes video that I think
I don't remember any of his songs, but I remember his first hit.
is said it perfectly.
Bing bang.
That's exactly true
Sorry.
in my case as well.
I'm sorry, I just had to zap him.
Did you say a bing bong?
A bing bong?
And his app.
Okay,
And
jeez.
yeah, bing bong and a zap. Grizzle brizzle.
Jake, how many albums do you think Crizzle Brizzle sold for this first album?
For the debut album, I'm going to assume it was still a time when people were buying. So maybe platinum?
More than platinum. 6 million records.
Is that 6 times platinum technically? Is that what it means?
I think, all right, so gold is, what is that, 100,000? Platinum is 500,000.
Oh, wow.
And I think, what is 1 million?
You guys double
Diamond?
platinum?
I think diamond is 1 million.
Okay.
Really?
Wow, that's
I gotta
insane.
get clarification on this.
Huh, no, because like at the height of like Eminem,
Yeah.
like Eminem's second album, I would have to assume
That's the one with like Real Slim Shady, right?
I think so. But I would assume millions of people bought that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember people saying that's diamond. I remember people saying like
Diamond is 10 million.
triple
10 million,
platinum
okay.
and shit like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I remember
And
hearing
people
the
would
triple
say like
platinums.
quadruple platinum and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like people would say stuff like I went triple platinum. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, platinum is 1 million. Okay.
So I guess it goes all the way up to 9 times platinum until you're diamond.
Oh, okay. Triple platinum.
Huh. Platinum was only 1 million sales out of a population of 250,000 probably in the late 90s. Or 250 million?
And gold is 500,000.
Okay.
All right, so 2005, he's on the come up. He's starting to get acting roles now. He's just crushing it. Could
Yeah.
you imagine being fucking 16 and being a star?
That's how old he is?
Yeah,
That's how old he
it's
was?
not even
Wow.
just like, hey, I'm a fucking Nickelodeon child star. Like, he's doing tours and shit on his own.
Did he
Yeah.
do any of that stuff? Was he in like Nick or Disney or anything like that?
I remember him he was doing like movies like pretty early on.
Okay.
But I don't know if he did any like kiddie kind of.
Yeah,
shit.
he
didn't
came
come
up
through
as
that.
he didn't come up as like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old actor. He was like 16 by the time anybody really knew him. So it's not exactly child star in my eyes, right?
What kind of child stars do you have in your eyes?
In my eyes, the child stars that I have tattooed under my eyelids.
Yeah, I have Emmanuel Lewis and Clarissa, and she's explaining it all to Emmanuel Lewis in the middle.
And that's my third eye.
Yeah. That has a ladder on it.
16. How old was Shia when he came into my world? Probably like 11 or 12,
11
right?
or 12, yeah.
Yeah. That's a real child star.
Yeah,
I think I found my calling. Just choosing what a child star is.
just sitting at the table staring. That's a real child star.
Yeah. What child makes you
Say it, Jake.
No, it's
Say it, Jake.
Finish the thought.
what child excites you?
My
With those
God,
glasses,
put it
man.
back.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate. You all remember the Rihanna beating.
Yes.
And
All right.
what year was that?
That was 2009. Which he's like 20, man.
He was about 20, and he had been famous for 4 or 5 years
5
at that
years,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 2009, he's driving with Rihanna. They get in an argument because she looked through his phone and found out that he was texting with another woman.
Man.
Do we know who that woman was?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably some knock-knee bitch who had no business being in Chris Brown's phone.
She could have been a fucking chicken head of the year, though, dude.
I know, yeah.
You know, you never know.
That's-
You never know a bitch's head game, Mike.
That should they should give that at the Oscars, Chicken Head of the Year. Yeah. That's it's Chicken Will Smith.
They start playing the music to get you off.
Chris Cluck is the guy he beat up on stage. Not allowed back. But yeah, during a car ride, he beats Rihanna up pretty bad. Says, "I'm going to kill you." She places a fake phone call to her assistant while she's calling the police, saying like, "Hey, can you have the police like meet us at the house?" So she wants to give him the implication that other people already know about this already.
Whoa.
And so I forget where the fuck he drops her off, but like he takes off and then he ends up turning himself in later on.
Was he driving?
Yeah, he was.
He's driving a car
Yeah.
and punching
Yes.
Rihanna at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably not using his turn signal.
Why do you say that, Jake?
Yeah, his hands.
Both hands are filled, you know? He's got fist in this one. He's got the steering wheel.
Can I get in? Thank you.
Fucking asshole doesn't burn.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, she takes a pretty good licking, and
I do remember that, and it filled me with hatred, a hatred that has never gone away
Same.
for Chris Brown.
yeah, and it's just like John and I talked about, like saying like we don't really care for people getting murdered when they don't look like us, but that really touched me because I hated. I wanted to get a hold of him myself.
You don't touch Rihanna.
Yeah, you do.
Not my
but
beautiful,
if-
not my beautiful island princess.
yeah,
You brought
my Barbadian queen.
My Barbadian queen.
My Barbadian queen.
I'm about ready to queen stand under my umbrella.
My bar baby.
I'll protect you from the Chris Brown.
I want my bar baby back, baby back, baby back.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Now I'm hungry. I only had one nugget. 2 nuggets if you include the locket.
Why are you on
I think
such
you pull
a
third from behind your ear, Jake? Where are you keeping these fucking nuggets, man?
This is just a reserve tag.
But he eventually he pleads guilty to felony assault, gets community service, 5 years probation, counseling, and this is kind of interesting too. One of the aspects of his punishment that I found was kind of odd, but I guess apt considering the nature of what he does, is he's ordered to stay 50 yards away from her. However, if they're at the same event, he's only got to stay 10 yards away.
That's,
They knew
Like the
they were going to be
Grammys.
traveling in tight circles.
yeah.
And I really think they should rename it something. I think the Grammys should be reserved for good grandmoms.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah, they should call it the albumies or the recordies. Or
Yeah,
the,
it's
the
like-
musicies.
yeah.
Or Chris
The
Brown's
diskies.
terms, the whammies,
Yeah. Compact diskies.
streamies.
Yeah.
Ew, that sounds so gross.
Yeah, the streamies is the piss awards you're thinking of, Jake. Yeah.
Yeah.
They sue for the copyright.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just do all the awards under one roof, call them the streamies, and that way
Ooh.
the pissers get in front of the real Hollywood powerful types, you know?
It's a Hollywood red tarp.
But yeah, 10 yards away, which I don't know, man. I don't think you should make concessions like that regardless of occupation. Just be like, look, you beat a lady up, man. You got to stay 50 yards away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that fucking Quincy Jones is between you two.
Yeah, get fucked,
At
man.
the Grammys. Yeah, you
Rest
should
in
still be
peace.
on the other side. Sorry, it's going to be a bit of a difficulty for the Grammys seating chart, but honestly, maybe you shouldn't be at the Grammys.
And the way to fix it is, this is $1 million idea. So let it be known right now that I'm stating this as proof of concept.
Yes.
But guys like Chris Brown, so just so you don't have to make all these different concessions, it's like you committed the crime, you got to do the time. It's one distance, 50 yards. So it's a vest with 4 50-foot broomsticks coming out of it. And you put the vest on, and it's like as long as none of the broomsticks are touching Rihanna, you're good. If you end up poking her in the ribs, back up, Chris.
How do you get through the door?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Or how does he get there? And also, that's going to make him 50 feet in this instance, you say? Away from everyone. He's going to be 50 feet from everybody.
No, but they can limbo under.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Now, would it be
Rihanna's not
50
going to
feet on each side, like 100 feet radius, or would it be like 25 and 25?
Oh, yeah. Is he on 50-foot stilts? That's a good question.
He is, yes, because your feet count too.
Right, of course. They
Feet
could be
count.
below you.
Yeah, feet
One
count.
floor is only, like, if
Yep.
you're on the mezzanine,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could technically
so much.
be hovering 10 feet over Rihanna.
You can. So what I'm thinking now is maybe dangle him from the ceiling like a championship banner in an arena.
Uh-huh.
And if he wins, launch the fucking award up to him and see if he can catch it. If you catch it, you got it. If not, tough shit, man.
Yeah, he doesn't
Stop
need
beating
to
up
be in the
Rihanna.
rafters. He doesn't need to be up there.
He's good at dancing, so I'm sure he could figure out 50-foot stilts without a long learning curve. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of options. We should have been hired for this 15 years ago, but
Yeah.
I know, but there's always going to be another Chris Brown.
yes, there
I've
were,
always said that.
unfortunately.
Yeah, there will be. So I mean, now's the time for the abuser vest is what I'm tentatively calling.
Let's
it.
mock up this prototype today.
Yeah.
We
let's
got,
get
like,
that.
That's like
Yes,
one back
yeah.
length.
And Jake, that's a good starter vest. That's for a guy who maybe pisses in a ball field with no intention of, showing his penis to anybody, but inadvertently does. So that's how far he should be staying
An
away from people.
accidental
Mushroom.
red dot on the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An accidental fucking wiener flash.
And was it an accident if I'm the one that called the police in the first place? I don't know that. I don't know what that counts as.
So this is kind of funny. So this is the start, and that's for that distance is for 5 years. So he's got to
Wow.
keep 50 yards away, and
This makes the heart grow fonder.
it does, and that's the danger with restraining orders.
And that's why he got sponsored by a binocular company.
Little Rico.
I don't think of him as that just talented or powerful of a performer or singer, but God, he must have to not get dropped by his label and continue to be a successful touring musician and recording
Yep.
artist
The guy's a moneymaker, man.
Yeah.
And he works hard.
after something like that.
There was like never even a statement after that.
Like,
It was like a cool off period, and then here's the next summer tour.
They were actually doing something called beat and greets. Where
which is a state of the art idea.
yeah, it's
but-
like they have you could ride in his Lamborghini around the arena at your city, and the entire time around the arena he just beats the living shit out of you. $1,000.
Not to be confused with the beat and greets at Exotica.
$1,000, 500-page insurance policy you have to read through.
Oh my god.
No, but he recently there were meet and greets that he was doing, and it was a reasonable price. I think it was maybe like 2 G's or something to meet Chris Brown. But there was a
You think
limited
that's
number.
reasonable?
I do.
Dude, women go nuts
Yeah.
for Chris Brown.
Bro, they sold out too because there was a finite number for each tour stop. And it's like you had to get on it because they would instantly
Wow.
sell out.
And a lot of those women, like, they'll travel. Like, they'll go to each show and buy that pass.
Dude, let me look up Chris Brown meet.
You know, I've been seeing a lot on my feed lately.
Kids' feet.
No, not kids' feet. I should never gonna throw it out there like that ever again. But not kids' feet.
Say pig's feet.
Why is it all feet related?
Because
Dude.
because you look the way you do.
Yeah, fair. Dude, I've been getting a lot of Usher feeding women cherries at concerts. Have you seen this?
She do
I
it
have,
from
yeah.
stage, or is he watching?
He walks into the
is
crowd.
He at like a Stones concert and then in the crowd?
He walks into the crowd, walks along the guardrail, finds a horny woman, and then feeds her a strawberry, a cherry, and then like they are like, what's the women equivalent of gooning for it? Like they're putting all the stops on him, and it's like some woman just got divorced because she got caught on video.
Rightfully
doing that.
so.
Yeah.
I think if I went to an Usher concert with my wife and she took Usher's strawberry, I would turn into a real Chris Brown. But the meet and greet,
it'd be Chris month and that bitch real quick.
the Chris Brown meet and greet was less than $2,000. What do you think it was?
I think I'm gonna say $1,199.
1,200.
Under 1,200.
Both very close. 1111.
I went over, but I was close.
Pretty stinking reasonable, man.
Basically half of the 2,000. Yeah, I guess if you're the super fan that wants that picture,
Yeah.
and that's the only way you're ever gonna get it in your entire fucking life,
Yeah.
that would be worth it.
And I wonder how many of these sell because that's got to be taxing before a show. It's like you're meeting people that are just hyped to
He
meet
does
you.
it all before the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Would you have a preference on meeting people before or after the show?
After.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder 50,000.
Like for show?
He gets $50,000
Yeah.
off of meeting 50 people.
Probably, yeah. I
That's
think
not bad.
maybe 1 minute per pop. So it's like Chris, you're going to be under an hour.
Yeah,
Make 50 G's.
because it's like
Yeah.
if you think about it, you could make fucking $100,000 an extra 100,000.
You can
But
make $1 million. What if you met 100,000 people?
Damn. Just sit there. Set up
The prices
shop.
go down with each one.
more people than went to the concert.
Clearance. Yeah.
It's now $10. It's $11 a meet and greet.
You're just on Aramark's
Yeah.
website with all employees.
The manager who came up with the idea is just eating all the snacks in the corner as Chris has an endless line. What the fuck?
Oh, man. More beatings. 2012, Chris Brown gets into it with Drake at a club.
He beats up Drake?
No, but here's the deal. It's like it's a lot of he said over who started it first, but the person who gets hurt the most in the midst of this melee, remember a basketball player named Tony Parker from the Spurs?
Yeah, of course. He's a French rapper as well.
Is he really?
He does have a rap video out, yeah.
I'm sure it's terrible.
It's not great. It's not great.
Dude, he gets caught in the middle and bottles are being thrown and a shard of glass gets stuck in his left eye. There's a piece of glass that lodges into 99% of the way through his eye.
Oh my
Was he
God.
still an active player at that time?
He was, yeah, and he was getting ready for the 2012 Olympics. But dude, he had to have like shards of glass pulled from his eyes. And I read this interview with him where he's talking about, he's like, at the time he didn't know what was going to happen, but he ended up playing and finishing his career out. But at the time, he's wearing sunglasses 24/7.
How fucking lucky that 99% of your fucking eye and it doesn't blind
you
you.
get it out of there. Like that's me.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's times where like you look at doctors and you're like, how do you make this amount of money? Like you're doing nothing, but like a guy like that,
Yeah.
who's able to extract a shard of glass and without ripping your entire fucking eye to pieces,
Yeah.
is worth his weight in gold. Jake. That's what I say.
I agree. Also, it seems
I
like
agree. Yeah.
seems like most of the fucking eyeballs completely useless. You can just poke around a bunch in there
Yeah.
and be fine. It looks like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you only like the red part of an olive.
What's that? The pit?
Some
Or-
people call it that. I call it the peach because it's so sweet to me.
It ain't sweet.
Well, I think it's sweet in the sense that I really enjoy it.
I don't know shit about olives, man. I'm fucking tapping out on this.
Well, I know that all of you.
Boop.
Jake, are you familiar with the artist named Frank Ocean?
Yes.
Chris Brown gets into a fight with him and his entourage.
Dude,
Isn't
he's gay.
Frank openly gay?
What does that got to do with anything?
Look,
It's a hate
I ain't got
crime.
no beef against homo thugs, all right?
Yeah.
That'd be a great name for this podcast. Homo Thugs.
Okay, it was like Entourage versus Entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure Frank can throw down, but it's just he sings soft songs.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything, man.
Ocean.
Some of the softest guys have the hardest punches.
Whoa.
Yeah, bars. But Jake, what happens is they're at the same recording studio, and Frank Ocean is parked in Chris Brown's spot, or he has him blocked in or some shit.
Oh man.
I like this, dude. That's some petty shit.
I love this man.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
It sounds like Chris Brown was pretty cool initially, and Frank Ocean wasn't having it. And Chris Brown extended his hand, and be like, "Look, there's no problem." Frank Ocean wouldn't shake his hand. At that point, Chris Brown flipped the switch. He ends up punching him. His entourage joins in. They jump Frank Ocean. Both parties are going at it. You know, there's a rumor that another rapper, Vince Staples, pulled a gun out to kind of like stop it.
Is this like anybody could pull up to this parking lot of this recording
Yeah, it was
studio
just a
kind
recording
of a thing?
studio in L.A.
Yeah, it's not like behind a gated
no,
thing, like
yeah.
a studio or anything like that.
Yeah, so you could have beat Chris Brown's ass if you wanted to.
I guess so. What year did you say that was with Frank Ocean?
2013.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
over
Okay.
fucking 12 years ago. This guy's been beefing with everybody forever.
Oh, and I thought this was kind of funny too. In 2011, I forgot to add, he was on Good Morning America one day, and they're given explicit instructions not to talk about the Rihanna incident.
Yeah.
At one point, whoever's interviewing him asks him about Rihanna. He wigs out. He throws a chair through a window at Good Morning America.
Who did that? Who had the good for that guy
Hoda?
for
I
going
don't know.
against
Yeah, I
the
don't
fucking
I think it was
rules?
Hoda.
Yeah.
Hoda did it.
Is it true?
She's hardcore.
I got to meet her. She's a
call her
very
Ho-
sweet lady.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did that competition on there, right?
Yeah. NBC MILF Hunt. Yes.
Yeah, you were one of the Hodiacs, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sending the little puzzles to the newspaper.
And the answer to every puzzle was Hoda.
4 A's. Oh man! And 2013, he's got to go to anger rehab. Isn't that fun?
That's
Because of the Frank fight?
I think it was initially ordered as part of the Rihanna shit, and it kept getting extended because it kept getting in trouble.
He was still under the 5-year probation that kept
Yeah,
following him.
anger
Okay.
rehab's got to get wild.
Oh my god, I couldn't imagine.
Like everything has to be unbreakable in that place.
Lunch again.
Everyone's sitting on pillows.
And that's another idea I had, is a vest with like huge pillows coming out each side, so it's like you're not bumping into and you're not like forcefully bumping into people.
Yeah.
So if you bump into somebody, you got a little cushion.
I mean, that's just everyday existence. but it knocks them out. So yeah, we could add a guardian cap to my body.
Guardian 3-piece suit. But yeah, he's in anger rehab, and he's like, his family shows up to just check on him, and he's like, I'm going home, fuck this. And he goes outside, his mom's like, listen, Chris, you got to stay in rehab. He ends up shattering his mom's car window because he doesn't want to stay in anger rehab.
He just straight up fist punch?
I don't know if he used his fist or another fucking chair to break this window.
He just has chairs by the fucking.
Yeah, the car happened to have a chair next to it. They were saving the space.
He's actually wearing a vest that was made entirely of chairs.
So because of this, he ends up going to jail for 3 months.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
just breaking a car window on the rehab facility that you're trying to leave illegally.
breaking
That's
your
not
property.
that bad in itself, but he's on probation already, so
Yeah.
you kind of got to mind your P's and Q's.
But
I
it
will
is
say-
because he broke his mom's car window.
Yes.
I
Hilarious.
mean, it is kind of tough though, because he's been doing this since he's like 11. You know what I mean? So he's always been in like a fucking limelight and probably never learned any like real coping
Yeah.
shit. You know,
Yeah.
becoming a teenager. Poor kid.
Jake, in 2016, he gets in trouble. I knew you would join his side at some point. I knew once those glasses hit the bridge of your nose, you would see things Chris Brown's way. There's a woman named Bailey Curran that Chris Brown threatened. She's a model. She's in his house. So it's apparently illegal to point a gun at a model in your house, which sounds insane.
What do you mean? There's a law that specifies a model?
I don't know. If somebody's in your house, you should be allowed to point a gun at them.
That's stand your ground. That's what that is, right?
I think it's called dance your ground in Chris Brown's case.
We're talking a goof? An unloaded gun is a goof?
I think it could be, you could be a say hello to my little friend. Mm-hmm. And again, pointing at her feet, shoot her, make her dance, shoot. I don't think it's a big deal. The authorities thought otherwise. He was arrested and he was eventually let out on $250,000 bail.
Okay.
And this one,
He had a lot of incidents that I didn't follow for.
he did. I felt the same way too. So I'm going through there's some more serious ones that I'm about to get into that I was vaguely aware of and one that I wasn't. Oh, one more thing I want to add about the Rihanna assault is shortly after that was adjudicated, Diddy went on Ellen. And Ellen was pressing him about letting Chris Brown and Rihanna stay at his place and use his boat and allow them to enjoy his property. She's like, yeah, I don't care about Rihanna coming there, but I do care that you let Chris Brown. Do you want to explain yourself? First off,
separately.
I think they came. They're actually friends now. There was a recent event where Chris Brown and Rihanna crossed paths and they hugged each other and he gave her a kiss and it's seems like she's moved on.
That's great that she could forgive him and they could move on.
You know how much those rude boys. Wise.
Bati,
Why?
better than a Bati boy. A Bati boy is So this was after the incident that they would go on P. Diddy's things together still?
Bisexual.
He hasn't heard a word.
I wish I would have made him hold it longer. It looked like he wasn't breathing the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed up to Diddy's place to enjoy the place together, and Ellen was not having it. Mind your business, bitch.
Yeah.
You're pretty bad.
She should have got canceled then.
Yeah, and it's so funny watching Diddy answer this, and he kind of stands his ground, but then at a certain point, you can tell he gets tired of explaining himself, and he's like, you know what? Let's dance. And he stands up and he starts dancing. And just from him standing up and dancing, the DJ starts playing the music and the crowd starts going nuts.
Twitch has to follow.
And Ellen went from fucking chastising Diddy for letting Chris Brown use jet skis to being like, all right. And she stands up and she starts dancing too.
Such a funny out if Ellen is grilling you about something.
That is incredible.
I don't even like these questions. Yeah. Let's dance, y'all.
Jared, Mr. Fogel, please. We're here to do an interview.
What if Diddy does it in court?
Yeah.
Man, I don't even like these judges' questions. DJ Twitch killed himself 5 years ago. Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, these charges didn't go anywhere, Jake. But in 2013, I just want you to know he was initially it was alleged that he raped a lady.
Oh my God!
Eventually, no charges. So use that information how you will, and I know how you'll probably use it.
Was there a settlement after the fact? Can you settle out of court, right?
Not public, I assume.
Yeah, people that do that don't usually do it in public.
Yeah.
But 2022, he's there's a lawsuit alleging that Chris Brown raped a lady on Diddy's yacht.
Another one. It's not a different lady.
Is that a DJ Khaled
No,
joke?
it wasn't a DJ Khaled joke.
Is that a DJ Khaled rape joke, Jake?
No. Another one.
Was it really?
I'm genuinely.
Is it a separate
Is it a
lady? I
separate
want to know
lady?
too
Yeah.
before we move on.
I mean, let's just acknowledge that it was a DJ Khaled rape joke.
It was not.
It was a good DJ Khaled joke. It was just,
Yeah.
there's a time and a place.
I know. And this is not it. Say it on Diddy's yacht, Jake.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be up for auction pretty soon.
Yeah, set it on fire. Let the manatees eat it, man. But
the Hudson River manatees have at it.
they're all wearing little Yankee hats. They got Timberland boots on their flippers.
Like, yeah. Do it the Aki way, Poppy.
Bad Bowie.
And no, Jay, I don't think he said take that. But there's a $20 million lawsuit, no charges, and the lawsuit was later dropped. Finally, the thing that I wanted to get to was he was arrested a couple weeks ago, Chris Brown.
Whoa.
And this was for a February 2023 incident where another bottle incident. You know how he had issues with bottles with Drake and Tony Parker?
Yeah.
He cracked a UK music producer named Abe Diao with a bottle, a tequila bottle, to be exact.
George Clooney's tequila bottle. And you know he makes those things thick.
And, yeah, he's, as of right now, so he was arrested and he was released on $6.7 million bail. That's a lot of fucking guacamole, man.
Now, does that mean that's what the people who bailed him out had to pay, or they had to pay 10% of that bond?
Good question.
I think they...
Usually 10%, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still what, 670,000?
Yeah. So they got... Did he get arrested in London?
He did,
Like,
yes.
he showed up, and he didn't know, and they were like,
I
well...
don't know if he didn't know if he was just like, yeah, I'll fucking do it.
Give
and get it out
himself
of the
up.
way.
Yeah. Or, yeah, I guess the other option is, unless it's so serious that they're going to extradite you to that country, you just never go back to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. But here's why I think he might have gotten it out of the way is because he's about to embark upon a tour.
Okay, yeah. You don't want to go driving across country when you have a couple outstanding driving tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Breezy Bowl XX, which I'm assuming stands for 20 because he's been in the game for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but this was a funny part of his punishment is that while he's out on bail, he's only allowed to travel for tours, and he was ordered to stay away from Abe Diao, and he was also ordered to stay away from Hoodie Baby.
Hoodie Baby?
Yeah,
Who's that?
it's another fellow who was involved and who was scared of him.
Now, what was the, do you know where the tequila bottle with Abe incident happened? Was that like at another club, or was that like
I don't know, but
in
I
the
assume.
studio?
Yeah, I assume at a club.
Okay.
Dude, he's got to stop hitting people with bottles, man.
Or they have to beef up security.
Yeah.
Or just give him a can.
Yeah, give him a can of tequila. Yeah. Chris Brown, you've actually been demoted to can service.
All our bottles are glued to the table. We have straws.
No, it's like when a kid wants soda, it's like I'll pour it for you.
Man, that guy, so many more incidents than I even knew of.
He really gets riled up.
I thought
Yeah.
the Rihanna thing was like the top of the iceberg stuff with him, but
No, I guess I really think, other than it didn't read the news the days that he had these other incidents. I think that I got so mad at him that whenever I see his name at all anymore, I see red. Up until this most recent incident where I was able to focus in and say, "Oh, good, he's arrested in London."
Yeah.
and he's gonna get in trouble for it.
yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna make him do. Probably
The moonwalk.
Yeah, probably serve as a moonwalking castle guard.
Probably have
one of those funny hats.
Yeah, or train like bobbies who are working the traffic beat how to dance real good.
Now this is how you hit a dark-skinned woman in London. That's what they'll teach him how to do.
They should put him in Bobby outfit.
Yeah, and give him. They have the nightsticks, right? The little short
Yeah, little
short
cherries.
guys.
Yeah.
Little like that bat, but shorter.
No, I thought you were pointing in Jake's lap.
Oh yeah. Speaking of chose,
Yeah, somewhere between that and that.
like maybe to like here. Yeah, I always wanted a club. Never got one.
Billy Club.
Go to England, man.
Yeah, I gotta go to England, get a club.
Yeah, and carry it on the plane home too. Don't check it.
I won't.
Carry it
I
on.
never do.
Shove it up your ass, man.
Say, but it's a souvenir.
Yeah. Hey, isn't it?
Yeah, real certified bad boy, and I'm sure this won't be the last of it.
Yeah.
He's a scary guy, dude. I watched an interview. What the fuck is that guy? Little Funny Marco, not Lil.
Lil Pierce Morgan.
Lil Piers Morgan. Yeah. A guy named Funny Marco who does silly interviews. He's interviewing Chris Brown at Chris Brown's house, and Chris Brown has a scary dog. I think they're Mastiffs. But he calls the dog into the room. The dog's got a scary buddy name. The dog's name is Damu.
Damu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what that is. That is a scary bitey name.
Sounds like a serial killing cow. Jeffrey Damu.
Sounds like it's strawberry milk.
I was gonna say chocolate.
Whoa. But he calls him into the room. He's like, "You're not scared of dogs, are you?" He's like, "No, I'm actually pretty good." And Funny Marco does something very funny. He starts training Chris Brown's dog. He's like, "Only I train him." He's like, "Yeah, watch this." He's like, "Sit." He's like, "Give me paw."
Nice.
Oh, the dog does all the tricks in front of Chris Brown?
The dog sits. He doesn't give him paw.
Oh, yeah. He knows not to give paw.
Yeah. He'll get the paw if he gives paw.
Yeah. Yeah, that dog will watch the news. That dog can actually...
He read the newspaper as he was getting hit.
Getting hit with a newspaper that has a picture of your owner beating up Rihanna on it. Man, I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Every time her picture comes closer to your face, you're like... That's what you be doing. But yeah, real certified nasty boy. And he's got something that a coworker of mine nailed it when he called it this. But he was describing somebody that we were in contact with as having mean eyes. You ever just look at somebody and tell there's like a darkness to their soul?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Chris Brown has mean eyes.
I feel like I've seen that in his face before.
I don't think I've stared at his face long enough to know.
Not in the OC, though. In the OC, he's a nice, gentle character. He's got a very, very friendly character arc. But
that's often how they present themselves.
Yeah, it means he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was a genteel. Turns out he's a violent woman beater. He's a big jerk.
Big jerk.
Have you guys ever had a case of the Chris Brownies?
No.
All right. Just checking.
No.
Have you?
No.
I never Chris Brown out.
Just don't look behind a lot of the pictures in my house.
I do love punching a wall, though, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been so long. When's the last time you punched?
Last time I punched, within the last 4 years.
Hell yes. Through some sheetrock?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
What thickness? 5/8? That's crazy.
5/8, yeah.
Damn, that's the thick stuff.
Yeah, Jake's like the anti-Nickelback. Don't look at this photograph.
I've actually fallen through more walls than I've punched, though. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was fun when you used to do that.
Yeah.
Just really let off some steam.
So
destroy your own house.
In my room growing up, I was spoiled, dude. I had a PlayStation 2, and then I got Xbox Live, and I was talking shit with people, and I had so it was like a 6x8 room. I'm playing the TV, Xbox, sitting on my bed while playing it with like maybe me to the water bottle away from me, right? And this wall was entirely just punched through from like losing at NHL or Madden or whatever.
Like separate holes all over, or you keep making bigger hole?
You
making mega hole or mini holes?
It started as their own respective hole, and then it became mega hole.
Eventually, there's no choice but to make mega holes.
Which is also the website he uses.
It was at my parents' house, and they didn't know about it because I had a Britney Spears poster that I got for free from 7-Eleven, and I put it over top of it, and I just like had that there until basically I moved out.
But which is, you're just setting yourself up for failure because every time you look at her, you're thinking, hit me, baby, one more time. That's good stuff.
That's very true. I never thought about it that way.
Just one more.
And then you're like, oops,
Then you're thinking about how you're so toxic.
Yeah.
Now, how are they giving out free Britney Spears posters at 7-Eleven? What did I miss?
Proof of masturbation.
This was, you know what it was? It was around the time of, like iTunes had just launched. God, I'm dating myself here. But they had like free songs on like the bottle caps and stuff like that with the codes.
Yeah, Pepsi's.
It was around that, yeah. So it's like if you bought like 2 fucking Big Slams of Pepsi, you could get a poster.
Did they have them rolled up?
The other website.
Big Slams. Did I catch you on Big Slams and megahole.com? Ma, it's a package. This is my work computer.
Yeah, I'm an IT guy for fat girl porn.
Big Slams.
I do customer support for fat girl porn websites.
They didn't give you your laptop?
Oh, you lost your password? Did you check between the couch cushions, you fat pig?
Oh, man, I have a headache now.
Hey, man, Mega Hole. Best bang for your buck on the internet, man. A lot of scrolling, though. Those bitches are big.
Cavernous.
Yeah, I had to buy iPhone Max.
Yeah. You get carpal tunnel looking at those bitches.
It's one of those, you go to the site, you have to go like this to see everything.
Yeah.
They promise panoramic pussy, and they give it to you, man. Oh, heavens.
Chris Brown, what a naughty boy. Man.
I know. Chris Brown is in the building. Furman, what do you got coming up, buddy, that you want to promote?
What do I got coming up? That's a great question. Find out at Jake Mattera on Instagram and Twitter, because there's a bunch of stuff coming up. I just can't remember right now, and just having too much fun. John, what about you? What do you got coming up?
Much fun. Sounds like you've been having some issues with pollen. You been sneezing?
I've been sneezing.
Have you been sneezing?
I have been.
Sneezing?
It's bad today.
Been sneezing?
I've been sneezing.
And you do the same for me, and you follow me at Johnny Delco on Twitter and Instagram, please. That's where I post all my shows and stuff, Instagram specifically. And that also goes on to Facebook, I suppose, too. Yeah.
Follow these two. Just if you Google their names, you should be able to find their addresses. Not really that difficult to find, man. But for real, thank you to everybody who came out to our Detroit show. It was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
We really carried on.
One of my favorites.
And not only that, we got to throw some McNugget buddies on the roof. We went to the casino afterward.
Casino meetup in the same after a show. Couldn't have worked out better.
Goddamn fun, man.
I think more people might have come to the Detroit casino meetup than came to the one where we live, possibly.
I thought you were going to say they came to the show.
That would have been
we don't need
weird.
to see the show, man. But so much fun, and thank you guys for coming out. And yeah, check out. No, this won't be out in time. Yeah, my last show I'm doing with Tim Friday night at the dojo on the 22nd. I think that is. So this will be too late for that.
Not for Patreon members.
Right? Yeah, Patreon. If you see this in time, come out to see me and Butterly at the dojo on Friday, the 22nd.
It's North Jersey. It is. It's a really nice
Mars
space.
Plains, New Jersey. Very cool place. It's our last area show for a while, and then after that,
free parking lot, free parking.
Oh yeah, that is a nice aspect of it.
Big time.
Nice neighborhood, great food.
Yeah,
big time.
Really good fucking food. Order, come hungry. That place has great food.
Come Hungry is Jake's third site. He's gonna get fired. I mean, he's bound to get fired looking up all this shit on a work computer.
Were you on comehungry.com?
I bet you're starving, aren't you, you little fucking dirty pig?
Why do you have so many tabs open with comehungry.com?
I'm trying to win tickets, Ma. Yeah, so go to comehungry.com to check out all of Jake's tour dates. Also, if you go to my website, onperks.com, you can pre-order my new book, Terrible Advice for Lovers, which is going to be coming out in a few weeks. But during the pre-order period up until June 3rd, I'm going to select one order number, and that order number is going to be the person that comes to Disney World with me next April 17th to the 19th. All expenses paid. I got you. You're going to join me, and Drew Montana is joining us as well.
Nice.
Pre-order at onperks.com up until June 3rd, and you're eligible. We'll pick a random order number that day. And aside from that, if you don't get picked, don't sweat it. You could still come. I'll give out all the details to Still Come is Jake's fourth website, which is it's a lot more relaxed than the other three.
Yeah.
Island
vibes.
I'll still send out all the details for Disney, but you just got to pay your own way if your number doesn't get picked. But yeah, onperks.com, you can check that shit out. Check out my new podcast, Getting Some Head. I got interviews with these two goofballs. all the boys, Tim Butterly, Ian Fidance. I just did an interview with Dan Soder. That'll be up by the time this episode comes out.
Dude, I can't wait to
Dude,
see that one.
he was like, I mean, he's naturally one of the funniest guys on the planet,
Yeah.
but he was so goddamn like introspective. And there's one aspect of the interview where he just talks about looking for validation from all these different comics that he admired in his life. And it hit me hard because like I do that shit and have done that shit for a long time too, where it's like you just feel awkward around certain people because you've watched them for so long and you hold them in such high regard.
Yeah.
But like he talks about how he had a conversation with his therapist and she's like, "Oh, you're just looking for your dad and all these men." She's like, "It's not going to happen, so stop viewing these men that way." And like it really blew me away.
Whoa.
And it was so fucking, I mean, the first part of the interview was so funny, but then eventually gets to the point where like he's just super insightful, and it was just, I felt like I was just like watching as opposed to like taking part in a conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's on Getting Some Head. And if you're inclined, you could support the show at patreon.com/Getting Some Head. And aside from that, if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for being a patron of Little Stinkers. If you're not, consider joining up. It's patreon.com/Little Stinkers, LILSTINKERS. Every episode a week early, access to all the live streams. We just finished a surprise Stinker News live stream for all our dear friends on the chat.
So
And
much fun.
I like doing afternoon stuff, whether
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, this was fun.
streaming, doinking,
It's
looking
all
up
delightful.
mega holes. Whatever I do, I like to do in the afternoon, but you can do that by going to patreon.com/Little Stinkers. All the stuff we do, you get access to, including all the live streams. Aside from that, anything you guys want to add?
You said it, Chippy.
Love y'all. Thanks again to everyone who came out to Detroit, man. That was
Yes.
so much
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you another time.
Thanks for listening.
Love you
Thanks
so
for
much.
Love you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
There's so much fucked up shit to get into.
Little Stinkers.